Hello. Maybe it is easily understandable how inspiration and encouragement can transform our lives. I'm a high school student, and as I have grown older, I understand the importance of personal growth and communication. I will be lying if I said that I have always enjoyed communicating with others. Before presentations or public speeches, I used to get extremely nervous. I lacked self confidence, and my thoughts become jumbled. Because of this, I often avoid to present many topics or projects, both at school or outside of it. I love writing, but I usually write for myself. I have my own world in the back of my mind, filled with characters, and those characters are completely different from each other. And I didn't want to talk about them openly. But once I remember when I was maybe 14 years old, we had an assignment at school to write a short novel about love. And I was terrified. And I told to my teacher about my situation, and she told me that it's your homework and you're required to read this, and you should not fear being who you are. As I had stated, I looked at her face, and she said, Elene, publish it. In that moment, my heart was racing, and my inner child felt like the happiest person on earth. And I wondered, what if I really published my stories and talk about my feelings, thoughts, opinions, or even about my characters openly? When I got home that day, I remember I ran to my room, stood in front of the mirror, and looked at myself maybe for like 5 minutes. And after those 5 minutes, I told to myself that it's time for change. Speak more, think more, and show more. My teacher's inspirational and encouraging attitude transformed my understanding of importance of being vocal. After that day, I was no longer afraid of public speeches or presentations or myself, my feelings, my thoughts, because I found a way how to calm myself beforehand. Before presentations, I take a deep breath and say to myself, it's just 5, 10, or 15 minutes, or maybe even 1 hour, because it doesn't matter anymore, because those hours or minutes can transform your inner self completely. You gain experience, and this experience is very important for your personal growth. And as I said in the beginning, as I grow older, I understand the importance of personal growth. A month ago, we had a talent show at a camp, and we had some kind of topics at the screen that you can dance, sing, do something magical, or read something. Can you guess what did I choose? Yes, sir, correct. I chose to read one of my favorite novels in front of crowd. And while I was reading, my hands were shaking, my voice was cracking, but it was the best feeling ever. We had a presentation at the camp also, and it was more important because it was such like a competition, and you were required to present your idea in front of crowd and a judge. And I won't forget the nervousness during my speech, but I also won't forget the joyness that filled in my veins when the judge said that our presentation was wonderful and we got the first place in this competition. And I whispered to my partner and said that we did it and we won. If you ever feel self doubt or lack confidence, please remember my experience. Maybe someone thinks, what happened? You just started reading your novel aloud in class, or you're just 15 years old and you don't have enough experience to talk about your story in front of you, but maybe my story will help my peers, or maybe even adults. Who knows? A positive mindset can influence how one views oneself. Always listen to those who inspire you or support you. And after all, I still continue to challenge myself. I participate in many projects, give speeches, and still tell myself, you can do it, take a deep breath, and remember that you're capable and worthy. Thank you.